up, get out right out of your bed, that's your quicksand. Getting rid anxiety and head, you can fix it. Rid of stigmas, all of them you said, we ain't listening. Just remember, try to do your best, you can win this. Maurice Benard, State of Mind.
Hi, this is State of Mind, and I'm going to talk like this the whole time. I'm not going to talk any other way, just like this. If you like what you see, hit the button, subscribe. I want to talk depression, because I don't talk enough about depression. I don't want depression to feel left out, because anxiety is what I always talk about. And I don't talk about bipolar that much, because I haven't had a manic episode in 30 years. But before that, I had three nervous breakdowns. But depression is difficult, very difficult. You feel heavy, don't want to do anything. You're caught up in the prison of your thoughts. Your mind takes you over. And, you know, like I always say, all this stuff, mental illness, you feel in the moment you can't do it. You can't bear it. But there are testaments, mine included. The person in my seat is another one. You get through it. You get through it. Whether you think you can't or not, you can. It's up to you. You got to get help. You got to get professional help if you're at that point. You know, a lot of times when you're depressed, you feel like I said, I got a t-shirt that I'm going to give him that says, your bed is your quicksand. Get up and get out. Because when you're in that, when you're on your bed and you're feeling that bad, get up and go do something. Don't stay in that damn bed, because you'll be in there, you won't be able to get out. Anyway, who do I have today? He's a very well-known, I don't know what you call it, influencer. He dances, but, and look, I'm comfortable with my sexuality, all right? All right, but he's just sexy, okay? And I don't, it's just the way it is, and I'm not trying to, it's the truth. I looked him up and it said he was 6'7", but it was somebody else. It was it was a basketball player. And Vanessa Marcel, who played Brenda on General Hospital, is a huge fan of his. I'm a fan of his also, but I'm not a fan of, I mean, I think he's a great dancer and he's, whatever I said, he's sexy and all that, but that's not the reason he's here. The reason he's here is because I've seen a lot of him talking, and he's deep, he's thoughtful, he wants to help people, and I can't wait to get in here and talk to him and do it. His name is Russell Buttler.
What's up, Maurice?
How you doing, man?
Hey, man, I'm doing well. First of all, I got to say,
Yeah,
thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to share my, I mean, you said it, dude. Depression, anxiety, all of it needs to be talked about. It's such a taboo topic. So, first of all, thank you for having me. And second, my mother, God rest her soul, loved you, loved General Hospital, had a crush on you. So I just got to get that out there before we even begin. So, well, I'm honored, man.
Thank you. She's watching us right now.
100%, dude.
And she's like, yeah, Russell.
Yeah. Before I came in, I was like, Mom, here we go.
There we go.
Here we go.
You where'd you grow up?
Little windy, dusty town in West Texas in the Panhandle. If you know where Buddy Holly's from.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's where
Buddy
it's at.
Holly?
Yeah. His hometown, Lubbock, Texas.
Damn.
Yeah. Born and raised.
And how many kids in your family? How many brothers or whatever?
So I got 2 older brothers. And now I have 3 beautiful boys of my own. So
Damn.
again, mentioned mom. So mom passed away the day before Valentine's Day in 2016.
Yeah.
And 41 days later, I lost my dad too.
Really?
You want to talk about when it gets real?
Yeah.
That's when it gets real, man. When the 2 people you have counted on your entire life are gone within a month, it hits home.
So you lost, that's tough.
Yeah.
And how old were you?
It was 2016, so I was 35-ish.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty young, man. Too young to lose a mom and dad.
Yeah. And did that take you anywhere as far as depression, or did you? It was just a hard time. How do you deal with grief?
So initially, not even initially, I would say the first 2 to 3 years after the fact, I dove into a bottle, self-medicated for 3 years. Didn't face it, didn't want to. Like any good news, bad news, what have you, like they're the first 2 people I wanted to call, text, let them know, hey, this is going on. I don't have that. So
did you have it anywhere else?
So, and here's the thing, Maurice, like at the time I was married, my ex-wife, beautiful woman, amazing person. So when I was in it, like I went so far deep into the bottle, and so obviously both of my brothers, we all leaned on each other throughout the whole thing. My older brother especially, but it was one of those things, like we share a lot of traits, and one of those was self-medicating. So again, I had people in my corner, but never, for whatever reason, never wanted to reach out.
Yeah.
I just went deeper and deeper into a hole.
Wow.
So
now I talked to my buddy who's not here anymore. And that's why this is important to talk.
100%.
This is important for people who are watching. And I said to him, just stop. Can't you just stop?
Yeah.
He said, it's the only thing that takes away the pain.
Right. Makes you forget.
Yeah.
Makes you forget. But
then it's take away the pain, and then you need it again, take away the pain, and then you take away the pain. So it's a never ending taking away the pain.
And again, Maurice, like the first 3 years were by far the roughest, but I mean, to this day, man, like again, being here with you, like things that I want to share with the 2 most important people I had. So going into getting out of that hole, right?
Yeah.
So how do you do that?
Yeah. How do you do that?
So for me, it's mind, body, spirit for me.
Okay.
So starting with spirit, first thing in the morning. And, again, it's like, it's making those choices on the daily to do the things you need to do to get better.
Yeah.
And like you said, whether that, if it's that bad, whether it's getting help, getting proper medication, whatever it looks like for you, it's a matter of starting and doing the proper things you need to do to get it where you want it, where your life wants to be. So for me, again, spirit, like prayer, meditation, first thing in the morning, breath work, and then it goes into the body. So me coming out of my hole, once I got the spirit in line, it was about mind and body. And I personally feel they go hand in hand. You take care of your body, treats the mind. So after spirit started becoming whole, I started delving into what do I need to do for myself to further get out of this hole. And it was, again, the breath work, prayer, taking in quality foods, exercise, you name it, dude. Like,
but what was the thing, the turning point, like to get you to start this stuff? Was it your own? Was it God? Was it a prayer that you said, help me? What was it that got you there?
That's a phenomenal question. You hit the nail on the head. I mean, literally if you want to rewind even further into my life, when I was 26, one of my dearest friends committed suicide. And obviously none of our close-knit group, I mean, he was quarterback of the football team.
Damn.
He was president of student council. He was the rock we relied on.
Damn.
All of it, dude. All of it. He was that dude. So like talking to his dad, his dad, Robert, is, now that my dad's passed away, like Robert has stepped in a major way and honestly became like my second dad. He's phenomenal. But it's crazy, man. So
but why did he kill? Was he mental? Obviously something was up. He didn't know, you guys, that it wasn't diagnosed, or?
No.
See, that's the problem with back then, right?
Right. Crazy. And I mean,
and you didn't see it.
You know what's wild? I started to.
Oh.
Started to. I will never forget, we were at another one of our friends' wedding. And the glimmer in his eye that he had wasn't there. He had lost a lot of weight. And again, dude, like the guy he was, outgoing, like I said, quarterback, all the things. He wasn't that anymore. He became secluded. But his eyes said it all.
Wow.
And what, in retrospect, what, kicked myself in the ass for, it's like, I saw that and I didn't say anything.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but Russell, you didn't know. You don't know, especially back then. Like, same. I had a friend. He didn't kill himself, but he had he's having a nervous breakdown, and we would run from him.
Yeah,
I talked about this. I said we would run. He'd come. Hey, God wants you to be. God wants. I said, okay, good. And then we'd run.
Yeah.
And then a couple years later, I'm in a mental institution. But I didn't know.
Right.
If you don't know, you can't do anything about it. You don't understand.
100%.
But this is what we're doing here. So maybe there's a young guy out there in high school who's watching this, and maybe he'll get a clue as to what's going on with his friend.
Talk about it, man.
But wow, so then so what did he end up having? I mean, was he bipolar? Was he?
Yeah, I mean, again, never.
Oh, you never, even to this day?
Nope, never.
What?
Never knew, man. All talking to his dad, once again, my second dad, just about symptoms that he started to pick up on, right? Again, I believe on top of the mental and physical, there's a very spiritual warfare going on as well. So I think it's all encompassing.
Russell, you know what I say? People ask me what a manic episode is, or what a nervous breakdown is. I say it's God and the devil fighting each other. and God
Spot
most
on.
of the time wins, but sometimes the devil wins,
Spot on.
and that's when you kill yourself.
Yep.
So your friend, so he was never diagnosed, and not, you never, to this day, you don't know.
I have no idea. And like I said, man, the look in his eyes said it all. And obviously, I wish could have done something, but
Yeah.
You hit the nail on the head. When you're that deep,
Yeah.
God and the devil are at warfare, and man,
You got to get, my feeling is, and every time with me, it's this is the way it is. When you get to that point, like your buddy was, got to get professional help, man.
100%, dude.
And if you have to take something, I'm not saying I'm not a doctor or whatever, but if you have to take something to get you over the hump, you have to.
Yeah.
Because here's what I say, because I've been there many times. If you don't, you could end your life. So because you can't keep, not getting the help, and you're still feeling this way. You still, because you never know what's going to happen eventually.
Yep.
And then now, if you're going through a slight depression or anxiety, you can get through it with the breathing, the meditation,
right,
everything that you said. But when it gets to that point, I say it's like all this stuff for me is like gears in a car.
Mm-hmm.
You want to stay in first and second gear.
Yeah.
You're in calm state. You can go to third. When you start going to fourth
and fifth.
and fifth,
That's
like the pandemic, I was in 6, 7.
wow.
And you once it go to 6, 7, you better run to get help. Problem is, at that time, I couldn't get. I as much as I've done, couldn't get help.
That's mind blowing, dude.
Mind blowing.
So, hitting on that, I've actually been in touch with a company called Calmery. They are an online, you can do via phone.
Oh, that's great.
Or chat on the internet, because like people like me who work 10, 11, 12 hours a day, Monday through Friday, I was seeing a therapist, which, man, changed my life.
Yeah.
Like at this point in time, like also, dealing with divorce and, life ebbs and flows.
Yes.
And there's times, man, like even after the fact that I recovered from a severe depression in my 20s, again, like it's still there.
Yeah.
So
I know, man.
You hit the nail on the head. Like when you know you need help, get the help.
Get the help. Yeah.
Like sooner than later.
Yeah.
Because for me personally, like the anxiety is just like a billion thoughts go in a billion directions. I'm like, shit, I can't control this. I don't know how to control. I have no idea what to do. So when I hit that point, I was like, I need to talk to somebody.
Sure.
So anyway,
it's funny you said that, because that's what last couple of days, actually yesterday, but the last couple of days I've been feeling my thoughts are getting out of control.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh no. And I'm like, okay. And then like you wake up in the morning and there's an ugly feeling in here.
Yeah.
And then you're like, but usually that feeling goes away. But this one wasn't really going away.
Yeah.
So now my thoughts, I can feel it just not
spiral.
And saying, So what happened was, and I'm like, oh, then I had to do State of Minds today with you.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, oh, this was yesterday. And I'm like, oh no. But I can fake it. I can come in here, and sometimes it's better because it's so deep and raw.
Uh-huh.
But it wasn't feeling good, so I took my son to his producer session, and in the car, I just, instead of leaning away, like judging or saying, "Why am I like this? Is this going to get worse? What's going to?" nonstop, I leaned into it
Mm-hmm.
and I just said, it is what it is. And I started to cry.
Yeah. Let it go, man.
And it went away, man.
Yeah.
Because you're living with it as opposed to trying to shove it away.
100%.
And that's kind of the key. So
100%.
state of mind audience, try it.
And, you know, for me personally now, again, like, after mom and dad passed, you know, the depression comes and goes, but the anxiety, not gonna lie, man, for me,
I know,
that's
it's a mother.
it's almost a daily thing. For me personally, like, I don't feel I need meds for it.
Yeah, I'm not taking any meds.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But same thing, when mine comes on, immediately stop, meditate, pray, gratitude, breath work. Like, I know it's coming on. And back in the day, like, I didn't know what to do about it. So it went from anxiety to a flat out panic attack.
I know.
And that's a whole nother level.
Now, did you have, okay, what I had was anxiety. First of all, it started like I was shaking.
Mm-hmm.
My whole body, and that's never happened to me.
Yeah.
And I've had manic episodes and been, you know, and I'm like, oh no, now I thought that's the end of me.
That's it.
I'm shaking. I'm like, it's never happened.
Yeah.
And then the anxiety, bro,
Mm-hmm.
never left. For 4 months.
It's a bitch, dude. It's a bitch.
What the? What is that? That's at that level. That's at eighth gear.
It is.
You've had that,
dude. I've had it on my job, in my truck. And because that's the thing is, like, like you said, like once
he's a UPS, you're UPS.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like you said, like once those thoughts start creeping in, you're like, and then they just don't stop.
No.
And so, like, my routes are rural. I'm out in the country. And I mean, just driving by myself, and like, they just start spiraling and spiraling. I'm like, oh Lord, please, in this moment, just.
Was it 24/7?
24/7.
Those are it's
a bitch, dude. So I don't know if you've heard of Gary Brecka, by the way. Have you heard of this dude?
No.
So he connected with Dana White.
Yeah.
So I can't remember his exact position before he started doing what he's doing with Dana, but I mean, he hits the nail on the head, dude. Like, between the food,
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like all the stuff.
I saw him on TikTok.
Yeah. Do you do cold plunges?
We just got one.
Did you?
Yeah,
Dude,
they sent me one.
that's a game changer for me too. Those
But it's too cold, Russell. I can't do it. It's too cold.
The endorphins to the brain first thing in the morning. It's a game changer for me.
Everybody says it. Okay, I'm going to tell you a couple things now. Okay. Now, I'm not going to, because I've said it on, but my friend is, two things. Calm and go.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a panic attack, it's an inhaler. I was going to New York to do The View and all these shows.
Right.
And I went for the first time by myself without my wife. And I get on the plane, sit down, fuck, it came. I'm like, oh, I can't get off. I got to go. Took this Comago that I've never done. Gone.
Done.
It's never happened.
Really?
From panic to gone.
Really?
And I haven't used it again. Okay, that's that.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get that. You got to.
I would, yeah.
Okay, this shit worked for me like a mother, okay?
Love to.
The other thing, my buddy's a hypnotist.
Mm-hmm.
Hypnosis. And I went to do a tour, 14 shows, 5 different planes. And he said, let me hit. I said, no, I don't want to. But I did it. Did it twice before I got on the plane.
Yeah.
My wife got upset because, like, why are you doing it? You don't know what's going to happen. I say, relax. I think I'm cool here.
I got it.
I've been on 8 planes, no anxiety. Now I'm telling you this right now. I have never in 30 years been on a plane without anxiety.
Really?
8.
8 years.
So
Game changer.
yeah. Damn. When do you leave?
Tomorrow morning.
Damn it. Okay. When you come back again, he'll do you.
Okay.
I mean, look, the proof is in the pudding. How could I get on 8 planes? And I can't, in my mind, go, I won't have anxiety now. No, it doesn't work that way. You know how that works.
I mean, dude, it makes sense though if you can somehow
he goes in there and does
if
that.
you can change those neurological pathways. Why
now
not?
the Kamigo, it's just, I think it's a light that you see, and then you're breathing, and it's got some stuff in there, and you breathe so it distracts. I can see that, but the hypnosis, he goes in there and changes something.
It's crazy, man.
And
I can't tell you how many people I've read about and know personally quit smoking the next day because of it.
that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? So if there's a way to change that neuropath, by God, let's go.
Oh, let's do it.
Yeah.
Because now I'm not saying like, you know, if he during those 6th gear anxiety that he can come in, and I don't think that could happen, but he may be able to prevent the anxiety when you're at 3rd gear.
Mm-hmm. Bring it back down.
Yeah.
Right. 100%.
So,
So are you still seeing him?
yeah, he's my buddy, and he, you know, I'm going back on a plane in April, so I'm going to do it again.
Yeah.
I don't see him a lot because I don't think everything seems to be going pretty good. But when I get back on the plane, I'll see him.
Right on.
I was amazed. And
That's
my wife's on the
amazing,
plane,
dude.
the 2nd plane, going, I guess he was right. I said, well, let me do another couple shows, get tired, and get on another plane. Then we'll know it works.
Yeah.
And it was 5 planes right there.
That's amazing.
And now
dude.
3 after that. And now we'll see what happens.
That's amazing. I love to hear that.
Let's talk. Vanessa Marcel's a big fan of yours.
Oh, I'm a big fan of hers.
I know.
That girl.
She's you know, Vanessa. Man,
So how long did you two work together then?
not that long, like 4 years maybe, if that.
Okay.
Because she left to do Vegas, and then she'd come back, and then we do stuff. She's great. She's a hard worker.
Mm-hmm.
That's what made her so good. Makes everybody good when they're the actors that I've worked with that are younger.
Mm-hmm.
It's that they're willing to do the hard work,
Absolutely.
and then they get really good, and that's what happens. And she's
I think that goes with anything. Right?
anything, yeah,
You know what I mean?
pretty much anything, yeah. You
Like,
got
again, going back to mind, body wellness,
Yeah.
like that's a daily thing. That's a daily grind to put the right things in your body, do the breath, do the cold plunge, work out. It's daily.
what food do you eat that's good for anxiety or not eat?
I mean, honestly, man, like I'm pretty damn primal, like straight up steak,
Yeah,
greens.
you don't like rice?
I don't, dude.
I love.
I mean,
rice.
so here's I love rice. I love bread. I love pasta. I have over the course of 12, 15 years, I've just trained so much that meat and greens. And it's crazy if you have heard, like, there's certain like carnivore folks out there
Yeah.
that are even talking about eliminating the greens. I'm not that extreme yet, but
So
yeah.
chicken.
So I do steak, leaner cuts of meat, but there's also like the ketogenic diet, getting the fat to the brain. They talk about the benefits of that.
Yeah.
So I've experienced that for sure. Just getting the
Man.
right quality food, man.
But I like rice.
I do too.
White rice with, you know, that kind of stuff. The potatoes I can live without, but white rice is what I kind of eat a lot. Sushi and
Sushi, cold beer, dude. Texas boy, like I gotta have my cold beer.
all right. So that was a great talk on that's a great talk on all that mental illness, mental health, all that. When did you know you could dance?
Man.
So you think you can dance?
So again, going back to mom, God rest her soul. My mom, well, actually, both of my parents loved music, all of it. But mom, especially, like I remember as far back as age of 5, my mom would have Marvin Gaye, all the classics jamming in the kitchen. So about 5 years old, dude, I would come in the kitchen and just groove with my mom, have fun, laugh.
Damn.
And I mean, it just carried on. Like I want to say junior high. Like my brothers would have like breakdance parties. It was like, dude, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. So I started emulating them. I remember MC Hammer, Genuine, all these people started coming out. I would lock myself in my basement and like figure out how to do this stuff.
Damn.
So here we are.
You know, I don't know if you know, but I won a dance contest.
Did you really?
In high school, man.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, and we did it to Galaxy War.
Oh. Yeah.
Right? And we did the whole. I won, and then I went to the Concord Pavilion, which is in the stadium. And I think I just told the story, and it was daylight, and I'm like, but if you dance, if you're up like 10th or something, it's nighttime. I said, I want to dance at night. You got lights and all that stuff, right?
Yeah,
and
of course.
I don't want to be like first. I was
you were first.
And we got annihilated. But my mom and dad were great dancers. My dad was like salsa music.
Oh, dude.
And
I love
he can dance
salsa.
anything but salsa music. I used to throw these big parties. All the actors would come and everything. My mom and dad would dance when we'd all be dancing. So I you know, maybe after this, maybe I'll show you some
Let's
of my
go.
moves.
Let's go.
But you know, but Russell has, I couldn't believe it. You know, I do pretty good on TikTok for a 60-year-old dude who's on a soap opera. You know, I got like 2 million likes and what do I got? 140,000 followers. This guy's got millions. And I looked at one of his things and it's got 15 million views, this guy.
Crazy, dude.
It's ridiculous.
The power of freaking internet, man. It's
And dancing.
Yeah.
Because they love dancing, you know, TikTok.
So for me, it all ties together. For me, dancing is the most liberating thing I do. Besides riding a motorcycle.
Right.
Goes hand in hand. But, you know, I was talking to a friend of mine. Just move, man. It's one of those things like to hear a beat and just to let your body go.
Yeah.
It's so, like I said, liberating.
It's freeing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So I have one of my best friends, worst dancer I've ever seen in my life. But the dude loves to dance. I'm like, do you, bro?
Yeah.
Go get it. And it's fun for me to watch him dance. I love it.
Yeah,
He doesn't give a shit.
No,
Like,
that's the beauty.
Yeah.
Now his mindset is probably better than most. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, dude.
Because if you
100%.
can dance and you dance, okay,
cool.
You know you're good. You're gonna do it. But if somebody who knows they're not good and still does it,
dude, he is a blast to watch.
That's amazing.
It's so fun. So fun.
I think we got it. I think we covered it. Anything else you want? You want to ask me a couple questions? You can ask me a couple questions. How's that?
Yeah, let's okay, so when did you start acting?
I started acting at 20, I think I was 21. And yeah, acting class. And then right away almost I was put in a mental institution. I had a nervous breakdown.
Right.
So I escaped from the hospital.
Escaped?
Yeah, I escaped. There was a lot of times in there where they put you in the seclusion room when you're a bad boy. And when you're a bad boy, that means that I didn't want to take the medicine or I jumped on the counter. And I wasn't really a bad boy.
Yeah.
That they throw you in a room with 4 walls. And they tie you down from your waist. They don't do that anymore.
How does that make sense?
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. And there I was. And the worst part was that I'd look out over here and there's a window with trees outside and green grass. It made it worse because I just wanted to be out there.
Mhm.
And here I am stuck in this room. I'll give you a story that I've told a lot, but I'll tell it again. I wanted to get out, couldn't get out from this thing. And there was a latch on the wall. I finally got to the latch. About this, and I had thoughts of doing myself in.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And then I started to pray. I said, God, help me. I don't know why you're putting me through this.
Yeah.
Please just. Then I took the latch, broke it in half, made it into a cross, and put it by my bed.
Wow.
And Russell, even then, at that, when it was so hard and painful, and I knew that deep down inside that there was a reason why I was put through this.
Yeah.
I knew it, but it was so deep down inside. Mm-hmm. And here we are.
That's, I tell you, man, like when I reached that 8th gear, the lowest of low, same thing, dude. Like I literally cried out, God, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I can't. If this is going to be my life, the rest of my life, I'm checking out.
I know.
I'm checking out.
I know.
And hence why that happens on the daily.
Yeah.
So again, like going back to what we were talking about earlier, like if you're at that point, seek the help you need to get.
Yeah. Period. You have to.
You have to.
You have to. Yeah. Because that's what it is. You hit it right on the head. It is you say to yourself in those big moments or bad moments, you can't live with this pain anymore. No. I can't, but you can.
You can.
You can, but you say you can't.
First of all, recognize it.
Yes.
You have to recognize. Once you get to that state that, okay, something's wrong, something's off. What do I need to do from this point forward?
Yes.
To get to the vision of who I could be, should be.
But also, Russell, what happened to me was I was seeing people. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you see someone and it doesn't work. And then you see somebody else, it doesn't work.
No.
That's what happened to me. I saw like talking to 4 people and it's not working. You just got to keep going until you find the right one. And even medication. Luckily, I don't get side effects.
Yeah.
Some people get side effects. So you try this one and then you try another one, so never stop trying and get help. And, this living with what we have, it seems like it's kind of never ending, but we were proof that we can live a productive life.
You can make it. So I don't know if you noticed my first 2 hashtags on every single one of my videos, keep smiling, keep dancing.
Yeah.
And it goes way beyond that because you do. Tomorrow's another day.
Yeah.
Keep smiling, keep dancing, keep grinding, keep doing the things, keep living.
Yeah.
Damn it, like it's worth it.
Yeah.
Like if you can make it past today, it's worth it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. All right, Russell.
Maurice.
I'm going to hug you in a second.
It's been a pleasure, my dude. It's been a pleasure.
Let me just say to the State of Mind audience, what Russell did today, there's not a lot of times that I get to speak to people who have been through what I've been through, and I enjoy it because I can relate. And we kind of like speak the same mental health language, which I don't, a lot of people have anxiety, but not to the extreme that he's had, I've had, bipolar, whatever. So, but what he did, which I loved, is he gave antidotes to help when you're going through things. And that is important for everybody. So I just want to say, keep smiling, keep dancing, and thank you, man.
Hey, thank you. Maurice, seriously, what you're doing is amazing.
Thank you.
And I appreciate you doing it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
State of mind. Later.